To LJ's Comic Bro. My name is Jay. I'm the host for the show, and happy new comic book day to everybody. Should say happy late new comic book day to everybody. Hopefully by now you guys were able to at least go pick up your books, thumb through them. Hopefully you guys are so far able to enjoy what's going on in your favorite stories. As you can tell, this is my off week, so this week is my Blood Hunt storyline. I'll be going through the next several books that you should be reading. I'll sit here and talk about each individual book. I just got done finishing picking them up and then also reading them, so it took me a little time. Sadly but surely, when it comes to being late, time does seem to slip past me, and I do apologize to all my subscribers and to all my new viewers. But family does come first, and we were so far dealing with two babies that we have here. They're with high liver numbers, and we were told that we're able to slowly but surely able to get them down to where they need to be, but it does take a lot of tender loving care and a lot of midnight feedings and medication, so that's where that ends up standing. So let's take care of a little business. If you like what you're watching, if you like what you're seeing, dear God, if you end up liking the words coming out of this mouth, please like, please subscribe, please share, and most importantly, I love to be able to hear what you guys are reading. I love to be able to hear what your favorite covers are that I do show, or what favorite covers that you ended up picking up personally for yourself if you are reading this story, because this is one of the greatest, I think personally, vampire stories that I've so far read. Yes, I am also reading the DC versus vampires. I do not have any of that on the show. I will get back to that. I think I have two or three more books for that to read. I know Chris challenged me to give it a try, and yes, I did enjoy those so far. So kudos to Chris, who's got me back into end up rereading those books. I know I didn't take the necessary time to be able to sit back and enjoy them when I did get them. I got them in the mystery box, but I do like them. So, but let's get back here to the reading order for this Blood Hunt. Now, if you've been following along, I've already gone over, I think, so many books. So it is pretty much just more a pickup where I left off last time. And this is a great story, actually, to pick up on. This is Black Panther, issue number 1. And as you can tell, Black Panther T'Challa is a vampire. So if you've been reading this storyline, you already know this isn't a spoiler. T'Challa is a vampire now. So this is pretty much following T'Challa and him having to deal with the bloodlust, and Shuri trying to help him along with that. This is a great story. And this is the one thing about following these crossovers, at least the bigger ones. You actually get to start reading about the characters that you normally don't usually pick up. And that's why I actually enjoy the bigger crossovers. Sometimes the story fails. Sometimes you're sitting there going, why did I read it? Because this has really nothing to do with it. This, on the other hand, absolutely did. I actually enjoyed this story. I don't read a lot of Black Panther. I have a few older issues. The John Byrne covers and stuff like that. I have those. But to be able to pick up a good Black Panther story, absolutely. I 100% back this issue. This is a great story. So this is the first one you should be reading so far. Next. All right. The next one. I absolutely thought this was such a great story. This is Midnight Suns, issue number 1 of Blood Hunt. Yeah. How can you have a vampire story and not include these guys? That would have been the worst part if they would have did that. This is such a great group to finally get back together. I was so happy when I saw that they were bringing these guys back together, and now they're going against one of their own, which is Blade. But this is a very misleading cover. this doesn't happen. This war isn't going on yet. They are literally just forming the group and getting informed that Blade has turned over to the dark side and has brought these vampires down upon the world to basically kill everybody. So, if you go to pick this book up and you're like, oh, this is going to be awesome, this is going to be the Midnight Suns versus Blade, it is not. It is not. The one really cool thing, though, in this story, one, other than the amazing artwork, is the very end of this book, which is really cool. But first, let's show a. I mean, I was highly impressed. They have amazing artwork throughout this issue. You do see Blade. He does turn on his own group of humans. Yeah, he turns on them, slices and dices. That's it. And I love how it made him care, though. He did shed a tear. He was sorry. Yeah, I do like that. Other than that, you get to see Johnny Blaze. You get to see Danny Ketch, which is, yeah, you get to see Danny Ketch. And Johnny Blaze, no, he is not a Ghost Rider. He just has the Hellblazer gun or whatever. I would have been really cool, though, to have Johnny Blaze back as the Ghost Rider for this. But you do get one little cool thing at the very end. Oh, like I said, the graphics alone. Yeah, the artwork here is, I'll be honest with you, I can't even pronounce it. Peralta, I guess that's who the artwork is. But I do like the one thing. I do love this. That's right. They brought Lilith back. So that was pretty cool to actually see her come back here. Yeah, that was pretty cool to see her come back. Because I could not tell you the last time she was probably used in a storyline. So this, I'm going to say, after Black Panther, is the next book you should be reading. And so far, these so far have been really cool stories. All right, we went from really cool stories to what I'm about to show you. All right, I'm sure that this is needed somewhere, and supposedly it's the next book you're supposed to read. What I thought Blood Hunters was supposed to be was about basically the side stories of characters that are not going to give a full book. So when I saw this, I was a little confused, because they are actually doing a Hawk. They're actually doing a Hawk book. I think it's a one-off, but they're still doing it. So to me, I felt like this was a poor man's Philip Kennedy story, and the artwork really does show, and it's bad enough that I don't even want to show it to you. So you also follow Elsa Bloodstone, and you follow Kate Bishop, and 3 different individual stories. The longest of the stories so far, I think, in this issue was the Hawk. And you basically follow him as he is being bullied when he was a kid by I think a group of individuals that threw him in a well. And he was reliving that as he was being bullied by vampires. And I keep thinking to myself, why is Hawk afraid of vampires? His skin is super tough. The vampire's teeth would end up breaking. What are we doing? This doesn't make sense. Like I said, this is one of those stories I definitely probably say you really didn't have to read, except maybe the Elsa one will come down the line, will show off, or possibly the Kate Bishop. So that is the next story. This you definitely don't need to read. All right. This is Venom issue number 34. Unless you're actually just following the Venom storyline, yeah, the space vampire, I don't think you're going to even see him in the rest of the issues, the rest of the series. You might. I'll be honest with you, I don't know, but you're definitely you're not going to see another Venom book. I think they just threw Venom in here to pretty much just say, here's something for you to read, just for filler. So I wish McKay would have probably picked a different series, or if you're going to use Venom, use them a little bit more wisely compared to this issue right here. Don't get me wrong. If you're following the Venom storyline, it is a great issue. It was a fun read, but after reading it, I was like, yeah, I could have did without this. I could have actually not bought this and saved myself probably another $3-4. So it's a great book, just not for this series. And that was what you're supposed to read next. So hopefully maybe the space vampire comes back. I don't know. He was kind of connected to the, so into the Lee Price. I don't really see him coming back. It was nice to see Dylan again. Dear God, they've definitely drawn him a lot older than what he was when he appeared in Venom Volume 4. So I'm glad they're actually aging. And they did have one really cool thing. The vampire actually joined to go bite into Dylan, and when he did, instead of blood coming out, the symbiote started foaming out. So that was kind of cool. It was kind of like, I'm half symbiote. That you're not really going to affect me at all, because the symbiote's definitely going to protect me. All right, the next issue, I will say, is a badass issue. This is Wolverine Blood Hunt issue number 1, and to me this is just a really cool story. It does kind of go back to the flow of what Benjamin Percy was doing, and no, this is not written by Benjamin Percy. I wish it kind of was, but the story is told pretty well. It does make references to the Benjamin Percy storyline, and you do go and meet one of the characters that is first introduced in issue number 1 for that run. So that's pretty cool. I do like how it starts off with he's just playing in a casino. He's just trying to lose a little money, drink a little bit, just hang out with people, and all of a sudden the vampires just take over the casino. So that was pretty cool. You also get to see him fight a bunch of mercenaries and people that are basically out to get him. And only him. They definitely want Logan. That's the reason they are definitely chasing him around. I love the artwork in this. Nothing more meaningful. I mean, there's really no super action scenes where I'm sitting there going, yeah, this is it. But all right, there's one thing I do want to show you that I can't wait for it to come up. That's right. Alien versus the Avengers. I am super waiting for this. This is going to be a great story. I hope you guys are too. I hope you guys join me in this and read this. And absolutely, I hope it is the best story that has ever been told about aliens. And hopefully I am completely right when I sat here and I've been suggesting this for the last year and a half. So I'm hoping this is really, really cool. But other than that, let's get back to this. Like I said, this is a really, really cool story about Logan, and I loved how they basically interjected everything that's been written about him so far in this last 50 issues of Wolverine. So that would be your last book, and this is the last one I actually have to show you. So hopefully you guys are also reading this. I hope you guys are having fun with this. Please tell me what you feel is your favorite cover so far. It's probably the misleading one. you know, the one that doesn't happen throughout the issue. To me, I thought that was probably the best cover. Thanks, Marvel, for making me get all hyped up for something that didn't happen in the book. But if you end up liking what you're watching here, if you like what you're seeing, dear God, if you end up liking the words coming out of this mouth, please like, please subscribe, please share, and please, most importantly, I'd love to be able to hear what you guys are talking about. I do respond when you guys do write, so please, I'd love to be able to hear from you. Please leave a comment. From my family to your family, I hope you guys end up having a great week. I hope you guys were at least entertained. I hope you guys are reading the Blood Hunt storyline. And if not, I hope you guys are at least entertained by me talking about it. I'll see you all next week. Thank you all very much, and I'll talk to you all later.